Welcome to Same Spit, Different Face TV. Well, my opinions is facts, and if you don't like my opinions, you can start your own podcast. And it's free. So don't forget to spit on the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification.
Now, Spit Squad, let's start off with Dwight Howard agent. It's crazy. And I tell people all the time, man, you got to watch these agents. You got to watch these accountants. These people don't have your best interest in mind. So with Dwight Howard, he sat down to do an interview with Jenny Buss, and he asked her why they didn't bring him back to the Lakers. And then Jenny Buss said, you turned down a $7 million offer and went to Philadelphia. And Dwight Howard said, well, actually, I never even got that offer. And then he said, my agent at the time, the one who's in jail now, he never mentioned it to me. So Dwight Howard's career was basically derailed, and it stopped the Lakers from potentially repeating and Dwight Howard being able to play a bigger role his second year because of a dirty agent. And this is why they don't want people to have their family, their mother, their uncle, their cousins inside of them meetings and getting them emails. And a lot of people think that it's only about it's going to cut into the agent's money. Yeah, that's part of it, but these agents want to be able to take advantage of these players. Why would you not tell this guy that he got a $7 million deal on the table with a team that he just won a championship with? And so even with him being in LA, that opens up more things for him. Even if he makes $7 million there, he probably only walk home with $4 million after taxes, but his star power continues to go up. His visibility continues to go up, which means he can get better in endorsements. Now he has a podcast that would have gave him more visibility for his podcast as well. So, hey man, for all of you people who gonna be rich one day, gonna be millionaires, gonna be 100,000aires, make sure that you have good people around you, good people that you can trust. But not only that, make sure that you have people that can watch people who watch people, right? So you may have an agent who's reputable, but you may want to say, hey, I want my cousin to be a part of this job. I want my cousin to follow you and watch everything you do. Every email you have, I want you to CC my cousin on it or CC my personal assistant. Because a lot of time with these agents, this is what I'm going to tell y'all, man. An agent may have a client like Dwight Howard who's on a downward spiral of his career, and he may tell Philadelphia, look, I'll give you Dwight Howard for X amount of dollars, but I need you to look out for me when my next client contract come up, and I need him to sign a 4-year, $40 million. And to the agent, it's all money he's gonna get, and he's also keeping the bigger client happy. So the bigger client is gonna say, "Yo, my agent looked out for me and got this," but you're not able to see that. Yeah, he did good by this other client and got him a lot of money, but he did one client, he did his smaller client dirty in the process. Now, let's get to the Meek Mill aspect of things, man. Meek Mill, wild boy, right? Meek Mill actually ended up going out. It was some kids outside in Philly in the trenches, and he basically said, yo, no Diddy gang. And he was basically trying to say, yo, all the things that y'all say about me on the internet, when I pull up in the trenches, when I'm in the streets and nobody's saying this stuff, is all love. And then Diddy's son, I think it was Christian, got up under there, and no, it was Justin got up under there and said, shake my head. Why? Because Meek Mill and Diddy have been friends a long time. Now, when these type of allegations come out, you start to figure out that these people aren't really friends. They just industry friends, because they start getting away from these guys. One reason they get away from them is because they don't want the publicity next to them. But the second reason they get away from them is because they don't want these lawsuits to start mentioning their name. Because what can end up happening is somebody could say, oh, Meek Mill's still acting like he close with Diddy. Let's see if we can get him, and let's see if we can get him to settle. Now, the funny thing about the Meek Mill situation is he's not being talked about in the standpoint of like being at the freak offs, being with one of the women, having women here, having women there. He's being talked about as being in a relationship with Diddy and letting Diddy, put that, you know what I'm trying to say, like letting Diddy do things to him. And so that's weird. Now, one thing I will say about Meek Mill that I kind of don't like is that he let the internet dictate his movement too much. If you say something about Meek Mill on the internet, he's going to go on a rant for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, talking about how he's thorough, talking about how he's from Philly, talking about how he's never. And it only feed the flames in order for the fans and the haters and whatever you want to call them to continue to go at you and talk about you. And it's another thing. I don't know why this is a phrase, and the phrase is "thou doeth protest too much." Basically, it just means that you protesting so much for your innocence that you may be guilty. But I think this is kind of wrong in some aspects of life, is because like sometimes people really care about their image. Sometimes people really care about the things they got going on. But what they basically saying is, hey, if you innocent of these things, you should be able to just speak your piece and keep going on with your life. And we all know in reality, that's not how it works. It's more so about the perception of how people perceive you and things like that. But anyway, man, I think what Meek Mill needs to do is just fall back from the internet a lot, because he didn't have to diss Diddy in order to get his point across. He could have said everything he said without saying no Diddy gang. But I understand Meek Mill comes off as insecure. I'm not saying he's insecure. I'm saying he comes off as insecure. And any and everything that people say about him, he feel like he has to go against it. He has to combat it. He has to show you how real or how thorough he is. And I think it's really hurt his brand more than his music. Meek Mill, I've never been a huge Meek Mill fan, but we can't deny he definitely got hits. He got What's Free, Stay Woke, Dreams and Nightmares, Polos and Shell Tops. The album with Dreams and Nightmares on was a classic, man, and I just don't understand how he fell off so well. I do know how he fell off so bad, but all of it was to himself. And when we actually talk about it, we could think about his fall off. His fall off actually came from him playing to the internet and him. It's just a whole bunch of stuff. I don't want to get too far off path, but yeah, man, Meek Mill is in a weird situation right now. Hopefully he find everything he looking for in the rap game. Hopefully he continue to pull it together. And hopefully at some point he able to do good music again and get himself back on the map. Now, I've been getting back into the thick of things as far as like doing more updates on this page. So if you're new to this page, I need you to hit the subscribe button. But if you've been on this page and you know who I am, Fairplay 2333, you've been rocking with me. What I need you to do is hit that like button and comment below. Also, man, if you like shoes, I do shoe reviews and shoe releases. You can find that on Kicking It with Fairplay 2333. That's KICKINITWITH 2333. Also, if you into basketball and fitness like weightlifting and basketball drills and highlights, or you just trying to get in shape, follow me at Fairplay Flex and Fadeaway. Exactly how it sounds is how it's spelled. Check out my original Chicago hood movie in the end screen, No Time to Play Fair.